Hi, welcome back friends. Now let us understand about short-term and long-term costs. We'll also talk of fixed and variable costs, right? So these are very important terms. Just pay attention up here. So according to time period, right? If I take period of time, then short-term monetary cost is presented. See, there are factors of production whose quantity can be changed very easily with the change in the quantity of factor of production. In simple words, more laborers can be employed in the short term, only, and the production can be increased. We can remove some laborers and production can be decreased. More raw material can be employed and production can be increased. Right? So, the factor of production will change, means the quantity of the factor of production changes, and ultimately the quantity of production also will change. So, raw material, that's the land, extra laborers, labor, fuel, again that's land, raw material, are those factors which can be changed in short period. So they are called variable factors. See, variable means changeable, which can vary, which can change. So expenditure on these variable factors is known as variable cost, right? So we have first cost is variable cost. On the other hand, machinery, the building of the factory, the administrative staff, or we can say the permanent staff, cannot be changed, means increase or decrease in short period of time. So they are called fixed factor of production, and the cost of such factors is called fixed cost of production. So we have fixed cost, right? So fixed and variable. Fixed means which cannot be changed in the short term, and variable which can be changed in the short term. Let's take an example. You have a shop, or you buy a shop, a small shop. You buy a machine, let's say to make khakra. So an automatic khakra making machine, one machine you buy. Okay. And because your production is low, you employ one person, or your demand in the market of your khakras are low, you employ one person. Suppose it's season time and you get a bigger order, or somebody tells you okay, for 2 months they want some extra supply. So for 2 months now you will require to produce more khakras. So what will you do now? You have the machine. The machine is currently underemployed. You only have one employee to work. What do you do now? You employ another 1 or 2 more workers. So these workers are variable. The cost now of the workers has increased from 1, it has now become 3. So it's a variable cost. Again, once the work is over, you may remove 2 of them and come back to 1. So it changes. This cost of the labor is changing. But on the other hand, your machine, that machine which you bought, the shop which you have, is a fixed cost in the short period of time. Suppose your khakra business becomes a super hit and your demand is constantly high, then you may think of expansion. So you may think of buying a new machine. You may think of getting a better place, a bigger place, or renting a bigger place. So now what happens? Your fixed cost also now will change. So in the short run, we have a fixed cost and we have a variable cost. But you can see in the long run, all costs are only variable costs. There is no fixed cost in the long run. Let's see a little bit more. So now, in terms of time duration, we can divide as short term and long term cost. A short term is such a period see, it's a short term period, right? Less time is there. So a producer cannot change the size of firm, but he can increase, right? But let's see, the big but is there, but he can increase production by use of factor of production's capacity. So what I do is, like what I told you, that you have one machine, you cannot get two machines immediately in the short term. What you will do is you will employ more labor to increase production. So short term is such a time period in which certain factor of production are fixed, like the plant, the machinery, the building, right? They will be fixed, but the variable factors like raw material, labor, electricity, we can increase or decrease these variable factors, and what happen, subsequently we can increase or decrease the production also, right? So in short term, the factors like plant, heavy machinery, building of factory will remain constant, they will not change, but we can increase or decrease the production by increasing or decreasing the variable factors like raw material, labor or electricity. On the other hand, long term is a period in which producer can change all the factor of production. So what it means, all the factor of production are variable, everything can change. Like I told you, in that khakra plant of yours, your demand of khakra in the market has increased, you have a constant stream of demand, you can now expand. So what will you do? You will buy a better place, a bigger place, you will buy new machinery, you will employ more labor, so you are expanding. What happens now? The factor production are now variable, there is no fixed factor production now. So plant, heavy machinery, building, etc., right, by increasing or decreasing this factor production, that we can increase or decrease the production also in long term. So producer can change the size of firm, he can make it big, he can make it small, and doing so he can change the total production to a large extent in the long term. So firm will increase the size of the firm, firms increase the size of the firm by new and modern technology. See, you bring new technology, your outdated technology is over, and what happens now? You can improve your production because of modern technology. Cost will go down and production may increase, right? So firms in the long run will change their machinery and plant and setup also. So it's a variable cost, right? But in the short term, all the costs can be either fixed or variable, right? And we will find that the cost of these, total fixed cost, total variable cost, becomes the total cost of production. Let's see a little bit more. So now let's just see this table in this video, and then we come back and see a little bit more. Alright, so now let us classify the production cost. So production cost can be classified as either it is short run production cost or short term production cost, or it can be long run production cost. So there are two types of production cost, right? Short run production cost, long run production cost. So the machinery, the setup is long run, right? It's an asset. We normally call it the assets of the business. And in short run production cost, we can further divide as fixed cost, the cost which will not change every month or every short period of time, and then we have variable cost. Variable cost, as the name suggests, will keep on changing. with the change in the factors of production. Both of these two costs can further be divided as average fixed cost and average variable cost. Okay, so what is fixed cost? The name suggests fixed. Word gut nahi hoga. In short period, either production will increase, the production either increases, it decreases, or it remains zero. Right? So there are three possibilities, right? Okay. Production may increase, it may decrease, or it may remain zero. Still, there is no change in the production cost. Right? That type of cost is known as fixed cost. It is also known as overhead cost. Let's say you have your khakra shop, right? Let's take that example. Now in that khakra shop, let us say the shop is on rent. अपने भाड़े पे लिया है, and let's say you are paying 15,000 rent every month for that khakra shop. Okay, the machine you bought is on loan. You took a loan from the bank. So your shop is on rent. Let us say you are paying 15,000 per month, and the machine, to buy the machine, you took a bank loan, and let us say every month you are paying let's say 10,000 as interest. Right? Interest you are paying 10,000. Now your brother's wedding is there in Uttar Pradesh, and lot of shopping and lot of work involved. So 1 month you keep your shop closed. Let's say the month of December your shop remains closed, right? Still these costs 25,000 you will have to pay, right? Now the shop owner will not say भाई की शादी है चलो मेरे ओर से 15,000 का चांदला ले लो, right? The bank will not tell कि कोई बात नहीं हमारा तरफ से एक लोन 1 महीने की माफ़ी. वो तो उगरानी करने वाले हैं ना, वो तो पता नहीं उगरानी करेंगे. So December also 25,000 fixed costs, you see. In Jan, let's say you fall sick after eating all the pakoras and heavy food of the wedding. Now you fall sick. So in Jan 15 days you cannot open your khakra shop. It is closed. Still at the end of Jan you still have to pay 25,000, right? Rent and loan. The other things are there. Let's say labor. You may remove the labor. Tell him I'll call you when I want to. So labor cost is variable. Electricity may be variable. Yeah, very nominal would be fixed. Otherwise it's variable. How much you use, you pay. But these costs are fixed. So the permanent staff salary, rent of factory building, property tax, license fee, interest on the capital, this interest, loan interest, premium of insurance, all these are fixed costs, right? They will not change. Let's understand this with the help of an example, a schedule and a diagram. So look at this schedule. This table shows the units of output, right? The units of output, and this column shows the total fixed cost. Now see, when you are not producing anything, when the output units production is 0, still the cost is 100 rupees. Production has gone to 10 units, still your production is 100 rupees. Production has increased and gone to 50 rupees. At that time also the amount, the cost is 100 rupees. So you see, when the production was not there, the cost was 100 rupees. When the production has become 50, cost is still 100. So the line of this, if I plot this graph, you see at production 0 it is 100, at production 10 it is 100, at production 20 100, 30 100. So the fixed the total cost curve or the fixed cost curve will be this. It's a line parallel to the x axis, and this total fixed cost is every time it is 100 only, na. Every month the total fixed cost is 100 only, right? So this total fixed cost is a line parallel to the x axis, right? So why is it called fixed cost? It is called total fixed cost. Why? Because the production unit may change, but cost does not change. So it is called total fixed cost. Okay, and the total fixed cost curve is parallel to the x axis. Okay, I think so. This topic, this much, you digest, read it again, see the video again, read the topic, understand the concept of total fixed cost, right? We will now take up the concept of variable cost in the next video. So see you then. Bye.